On here today, I actually went and tracked down that video that every platform that there is has tried to remove from the internet. I think you guys probably know what video I'm talking about. Down there, just north of Australia, there's a big island, a country, and some really horrible things happened there just recently. Kind of some nut job just went and let a bunch of people have it. And so I tracked down this video. I wanted to see what was what was all the hype about. I know there's big time uh, issues. They're trying to pull it off the internet completely. I know that in that country, the prime minister has decided that all the citizens need to turn in um, their their weapons and yada yada yada. And what I wanted to talk about was a couple of things that came to my mind while I was watching this horrible event unfold from the first person perspective. If you haven't seen it, it was like watching Call of Duty, except for um, there's nobody shooting back at the guy, and it was just absolutely horrible. But that being said, um, in that country, they are calling for their citizens to turn in their weapons. And the guy who perpetrated these heinous acts, um, in his manifesto, he said that he wanted to incite civil war here in the United States and create problems over our gun laws here between the right and the left. Talking about how it's time. He talked about this a little bit while he was carrying these acts out. It's it is a horrible it was a horrible thing to watch. Um, but a couple of things that came to my mind, keeping in perspective what my goal is here for this channel to expose the deceptions and to help the community grow in their search for the truth and all of this. Um, I thought one thing that I'd like to bring up is um, they are going to use this to try to push more gun laws and more trying to, take a way for citizens to defend themselves out of the hands of the citizens. While I was watching this, I noticed this guy walks inside, he does his thing, he walks back outside, he goes to the car, he gets another one, comes back, walks around the building. I mean, this guy was walking in and out of the building, running around all over the place for a good 5 minutes or better, just doing his thing. I mean, taking innocent people's lives. And one thing that didn't happen was the police didn't show up to rescue anybody. There were no police on this guy. Like I said, there was nobody firing back at him. He was just one crazy nut job who was doing horrible things, and there was nobody there to protect these innocent people. And then directly after that, I thought to myself, man, if there would have been one person at this place who was armed, that would have been the end of it. They could have stopped it and it would have been over. And keeping in line with the deception, now they're going to make everybody turn in their weapons. Nobody gets to have anything to defend themselves with now. So these crazy people are still going to get their weapons, but now nobody has the right to defend themselves. And if just one person would have had a gun, it would have stopped the whole thing. And another thing, for future reference for any of you guys, if you ever find yourself in a situation where something like this is happening, What you need to do is get out of Dodge. You need to bust a window, get out of the building, and just get out of there. Run, get away. Because these people inside of this place, they ran and they tried to hide in the corners, and it was like a lockdown drill. And this guy, it was like shooting fish in a barrel. That's it. It was like shooting fish in a barrel. And so what I want you guys to take away from this is number one, don't 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 be fooled and think that the way that we're going to prevent things like this from happening is taking everybody's guns away. That's not what's going to happen. The only way that you can protect yourself from something like this is to have a weapon. You need to go out, you need to get yourself a pistol, and you need to get your concealed carry permit so that you are following all the rules, and then you need to keep it on you. In case something like this happens, you can pull yours out and put an end to it. And the second thing is, if you don't have a way to defend yourself and you start hearing gunshots and something like this starts happening, get out. Get out. Don't go try to hide in no corners. Bust a window out of the building and then get out and run away as fast as you can. Don't be trying to hide. None of that stuff. Get out of the building and run. Do not be fooled. Citizens turning in their weapons is not the answer to this. As a matter of fact, it needs to be exactly the opposite. I mean, they are taking this video down off the internet everywhere. They don't want anybody to see it. And if you ask me, this video, 16-minute video, it ought to be played as part of the curriculum in high school. They ought to make the students sit down and watch this extremely graphic video. And at the end of it, they need to say, and this can happen to you if you're unarmed. And this wouldn't have happened if everybody carried a pistol on them. This wouldn't have happened, at least not to this degree. He might have got a couple of shots off, but everybody else in the building would have pulled their weapon out and killed the guy, and he would have got away with shooting one or two people, maybe. So that's my perspective on this. Those are the two things that stood out to me as I watched this video. Was the police, they never showed up to stop it. So if you're relying on the police to come protect you and some nut job pulls out a rifle and starts killing people, sorry, he's going to get to run in and out of the building, go out to his car, get another gun, then he's going to come back in and go to town on people some more. He walked in the building twice, and the police never showed up. And then he drove down the road and he's shooting people on the sidewalk while he's driving down the road. Not one person, not one shot was fired back at him. 16 minutes of this guy just running around killing people, and not one shot was fired back at him because nobody was armed. Nobody. So, and another thing was everybody was hiding in the corners. Everybody was trying to hide in the corners and hide from this guy and pretend like they were dead. And he was just shooting the piles of bodies on the floor. You weren't going to pretend like you were dead and get away that with that guy. He shot every single person several times. And so, a word to the wise, something weird starts happening, don't lay down and play dead. Playing possum, that's not the trick. What you need to do is bust the windows out of the building and get the heck out of there, and then run for your life. And before you have to find yourself in that kind of a situation, while it's still legal, you need to go down and buy yourself a pistol and get a concealed carry permit and carry a gun on you all the time. Because we are living in a pretty sick and twisted world where this stuff seems to be happening more and more and more and more. And all that means is the odds of it happening to you increases with every day that passes. So, a word to the wise, go out and get a weapon to defend yourself. And if you do find yourself in a weird situation and you start hearing gunshots, don't lay down and try to hide. Don't run into the other room and just hope that you don't get spotted. Get out, leave, run, get out of there. And don't just run out to the parking lot and hang out. Like I said, this guy was walking around the building, shooting people in the parking lot. He was shooting people on the sidewalks. Get out. Get as far away as you can. You hear gunshots, you run the other way, and you don't stop running. Anyway, um, if anybody is interested in seeing that video, you can go to DTube, as in dog, D as in dog, DTube, and look up High Impact Flicks on DTube. He has the entire 16-minute video on his channel on DTube. Don't go there and watch it if you have a weak stomach. It was extremely graphic. So there you go, guys. You find yourself in a weird situation, you need to get the heck out of Dodge. And before you find yourself in a weird situation, you need to go get a way to defend yourself. If one person would have had a gun, they would have saved the lives of 48 people. Getting rid of the guns is not the answer. Giving everybody a gun is the answer. If everybody had a gun in their pocket, nut jobs wouldn't do weird stuff because they would know that, wow, if I pull out a gun and start doing something weird, every single person there is going to pull out their gun and kill me. That's the answer. I really do appreciate you guys tuning into my videos. It means a lot to me. If you feel you have anything that you'd like to say concerning the video, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This information could save somebody's life. So please get it out to your friends and let them know. There is a way to survive events like this, and laying down and playing possum or trying to hide in the corner isn't the answer. And being unarmed isn't the answer either. So please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the section below. And if you guys enjoy the content and feel like supporting the channel, you can donate at paypal.me/endofdays. Until next time, this is the End of Days YouTube channel where the truth lives and the lies die. Just have a good night.